critical drinker mode right now with the glasses, but yeah, we move. Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about The Fall Guy. This is from director David Leitch, starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Fresh off an almost career-ending accident, stuntman Colt Seavers has to track down a missing movie star, solve a conspiracy, and try to win back the love of his life while still doing his day job. This was a very anticipated film for a lot of people, even though it hasn't made a lot of money, which sucks. But I blame the marketing and I blame Universal's inability to advertise a film properly because, you know, they released a 4-minute trailer. We don't need a 4-minute trailer for this. But Universal keep fumbling the bag. They keep showing every little bit of detail in their trailers, and it's just ridiculous at this point. Like, apparently they got a Wicked trailer coming out, which is 3 minutes as well. Stop. They just released a Twisters trailer, which, to be honest, that's badass. David Leitch is the director of Bullet Train. He also made Deadpool 2, Atomic Blonde, etc. And I haven't really been a fan of his films in the past. I didn't really vibe with Deadpool 2 on rewatches, and Bullet Train doesn't lend itself well to the structure it's going for. But The Fall Guy falls in the category of it's not that bad, actually. This might be his best film, so yeah, I'm going to talk about it. First off, Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Their chemistry is off the charts. You feel the chemistry. The chemistry is there. A lot of films don't really have that chemistry which is there. For instance, another Emily Blunt film, Jungle Cruise with The Rock, you barely feel any of their chemistry. You feel like wooden planks. In The Fall Guy, it's the opposite, because they feed off each other in a really funny and energetic way. They both have a thing to gain for their relationship and their friendship, and it plays well. What can I say? It plays well. And Ryan Gosling is eating up the scenery. He's chewing it up. He's so good. Great to see Ryan Gosling have fun after seeing him in films like Place Beyond the Pines and Blue Valentine, which are very depressive mood pieces, which are fantastic. It's great to see him just have a lot of fun with a role. Sure, you can argue that Barbie is his most fun role, and it still is his most fun role considering he's struggling to even get out of the character today. But him playing Colt Seavers, it's good. I love that it's the idea of stuntmen and that they are important, because they don't really get as much credit as a lot of people do in the industry, which I think is wrong, because they have so much to do in the industry. They risk their lives on the dailies for our entertainment, and it's great to see a film which actually acknowledges that. The stunt scenes are pretty they are pretty fun, to say the least, but that's when they do happen, because I've found some of this to be a slog. Yeah, the thing for me is there's a lot of films which make fun of itself and do the trope thing. If you've just seen my Abigail review, I kind of had a big issue with that, the fact that it makes fun of itself and doesn't really take itself, it takes itself too seriously. But when a film like this exists, which is supposed to be making fun of itself, it doesn't really do it in a cohesive way, which I would expect. The Fall Guy does make fun of itself, don't get me wrong, but it kind of goes about it in a very strange way, which is fine, I guess. Like, there are moments where it's just a stretch of nothing. For instance, there's a scene about split screen, because Jodie, Emily Blunt's character, is basically, she's directing her first film, and she's asking Colt what she should use and whether she should use split screen. Now, I can't help but see that David Leitch is trying to live vicariously through Jodie, because he's trying to experiment with the format too. He's never used split screen, I don't think, so he's basically just experimenting with his own film, and when Colt says no, it goes in, etc. So it's him living vicariously through Jodie. This is basically just him directing this film, etc., and whether people are going to like it or not, and whether the studio is going to like it or not, because the studio, of course, are the only people that matters. So that's kind of the base feeling. But I didn't really get anything else but that, you know? I didn't really feel any of that intention coming through. And the third act is a mess. I don't like the third act. I know it's silly. I know it's meant to be silly, but it doesn't really... It doesn't hit. It doesn't hit for me. It fell short. I'm kind of getting tired of movies which make fun of itself to completely ignore the fact that their script is pretty mediocre. The script isn't bad by any means. It's just lacking that feeling which I wanted from it. That feeling of, I guess, thrill. Because a lot of the action and a lot of the stunts are undermined by jokes, mainly because of David Leitch's direction. If you don't know, David Leitch co-directed the first John Wick film, which was also done by Chad Stahelski. Chad Stahelski is a better director in my eyes. I think he directs action with a lot more hit and a lot more punch. You feel a lot more of his action. David Leitch goes into the comedic side of it, and the comedic side of it just isn't funny anymore. If you've seen Bullet Train, you'll know what I mean. The whole Thomas the Tank Engine shit. That goes on and on. Jokes like that go on and on in this. But where Bullet Train and this differ is that at least this is mildly entertaining and also has a reason to exist. Bullet Train doesn't. So The Fall Guy, I think that it's fun. I think that there's a kinetic energy to it, mainly because of Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Without them, I don't feel like this film would work at all. I don't think it would even come close to being as popular as it is. I do love what it means and what it stands for the industry. The fact that we have finally got a film which praises stuntmen for all of the work that they do. It gives these people a voice. It gives these hard-working individuals a voice to show themselves to the world and prove that, yeah, stunts are fucking difficult. And this film is very, very much indebted to that. I'm going to give The Fall Guy a 6 out of 10. I did expect a little bit more from it, considering it's in the 70s on Metacritic and maybe in the 80s on Rotten Tomatoes, but I was a little bit disappointed, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it. I sat there with my dad. My dad watched it too. He's seen the show from the 70s or the 80s, and he was like a kid in a candy store. He was like a kid watching a Marvel movie, you know? This was his endgame. So yeah, The Fall Guy, let me know if you guys have seen it in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what movie you want to see me review next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.